Hey guys, it's Alex from 7th Hour Films, back again with Doctor Who. Last time on Doctor Who, we had Listen. The Doctor wanted to investigate what was under the bed. What is the creature that no one has ever seen, but everyone has felt, specifically when they grab your ankle in the dead of night. In the middle, while he was doing that, Clara was going through an existential torment with her boyfriend and his descendant, who could be her descendant. It's kind of left up in the air, technically, even though it's heavily implied that he is also her descendant. And then they went and found... the dog is barking, so I've lost all sense of thought. I don't know. They ended up on Gallifrey at the Doctor's childhood. We dubbed him Little Johnny. I know that some of you told me that the Doctor had a nickname in college. I don't care. It's Little Johnny. No, it's fine. But that's his college days, so you really can't call him that, you know? Johnny, also known as Theta Sigma, as you guys apparently told me, who would later become the Doctor. Dr. Johnny Theta Sigma Smith. That is his full legal name, in my opinion. We should just move on to episode 5.
You are? Date. Second one.
God, I don't think I can keep watching this guy. That's the TARDIS.
Don't.
Why not?
Because if you answer it, something will happen.
Oh.
A thing.
Something
it's
important.
Just a phone, Clara. Nothing happens when you answer the phone.
Ah! Oh, jeez.
Don't touch it!
Oh, I hate it's all.
It's a memory worm.
What happened to your face?
Delete your memories.
Did you see her face? How did I get here?
The same way we all did. But we've all forgotten.
Oh, okay, that's why.
I am the Doctor, a Time Lord from Gallifrey. I've agreed to this memory wipe of my own free will.
Oh.
I am Clara Oswald.
Okay. Oh. That was pretty good, I have to say. That's a great way to hook you into an episode. Woo!
I am the architect. Your last memories of receiving a contact from an unknown agency. Me. Everything since has been erased from your minds.
Okay.
Your presence on this planet is unauthorized. The team will have been dispatched to terminate you.
This is bank security. Open up.
Oh, we're here.
Your survival depends.
Augmented human. Computer augmented, yes? Mainframe in your head.
I'm a gamer. Sorry, who
So,
put you in
a
charge?
gamer.
You're a liar.
Shapeshifter. I love it.
I touch living cells. I can replicate the owner.
Your face when we first saw you.
Touch the worm.
You can replicate their
Oh, that makes sense.
Robbing banks is easy if you've got a TARDIS. So why am I not using it?
Question 2. Where is the TARDIS?
Where
Okay,
is...
that probably should be question 1.
Yeah. Question 3, who called you?
I regret to say that your guilt has been detected.
What?
Guilt.
That's
The teller will now scan your thoughts for any criminal intent. Good luck, sir.
Thanks.
Interesting.
Is it all criminal intent or just the bank?
This thing is sniffer dogs.
Huh.
Telepathic.
Telepathic sniffer.
Your account will now be deleted, and obviously your mind.
Aw.
Supper time.
But you don't know what he was gonna do. It could be... He was probably gonna rob a grocery store. Ah!
Those aren't tears, Clara. That's soup.
Oh!
Account closed. Take him away.
Why would you ever want to do business here?
What do you want, Sai? More than anything else. Whatever it is, it's in this bank. You agreed to rob the most impregnable bank in history. You must have had a very good reason. We all must have.
What is your
Picture
reason?
the thing. Nice. Dimensional shift bomb. Sends the
Dimensional
particles
shift.
to a different plane.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Come on then. Team not dead.
Tuh.
Open up!
Oh, they gone. And then you return it all.
I didn't want to be a risk to the people close to me, so...
You deleted your friends?
Damn.
My friends... anyone who ever helped me. My family.
Your family?
Of course my family.
How could you do that?
Well, I don't
Keep
know.
him safe. Yeah, he doesn't.
Suppose I must have loved them.
Damn, man.
Touch me, Doctor, and you'll be looking at yourself. I am alone.
Will that work?
Why?
Could you trust someone who looked back at you out of your own eyes?
And start feasting on what's left.
Oh, and then I become one of those things we saw sitting in a cage.
Yeah.
Yes,
Kill him.
I hate him, but I can't make that promise.
Yeah.
A good man.
Yeah.
I left it late to meet one of those.
Get the hell out of there.
Once Sabra is dead, we're alive. Prioritize if you want to stay that way.
Oh, is that why you call yourself the Doctor? The professional detachment.
Damn.
By all means, you go and find yourself a shoulder to cry on. You'll probably need that. Till then, what you need is me.
Yeah. Mourn her later. Ah, shit. Stop thinking. Duh. Duh. I mean, can you use the thing on the teller?
Come and find me! Every thief and villain in one
Whoa.
big cocktail. I am so
Holy crap, I saw the trickster in there. Okay, go after him instead.
in history.
Oh. Oh, no.
Report, please. What was the disturbance?
Solar storm getting worse, interfering with our systems.
Oh, okay. Solar storm.
Whoever planned all this, they're in the future.
Time travel.
This isn't just a bank heist. It's a time travel heist.
Oh,
The bank is vulnerable.
okay.
Vault unlocked.
Wow.
The bank is now open.
Oh,
Can reboot any system. Replace any lost data.
okay.
Sorry. That's what he came for. His reward.
That's what did Sabra come for.
Okay.
He wanted to be normal.
Everyone has a weakness. So the big question is this: what do we come for?
That's a
PV.
Private
great
vault.
question.
Calabraxos' own fortune.
Ah! Oh, it's sneaky.
Intruders are most welcome.
Wrong.
It's not that bad a day. And you're being very slow.
While you're undoing my handcuffs. Sabra.
Oh.
Look like death.
Hey.
It's actually a teleporter.
Oh my god!
G'day. You think we're dead, so the teller thinks we're dead, and we play the creature at its own mind games.
Huh.
Oh, and there's this big blue box. Is that yours?
Yep. That's the TARDIS.
I suppose.
It's a teleport.
You'll be able to resume the
It's
mission.
like Bad Wolf.
Gene suppressant. Antidote for your condition.
Huh. Alright, they get what they wanted. The Doctor isn't the architect, is it? Right?
So if you want to put your hands above your head or...
Or
Huh?
you didn't bring any weapons.
Oh, that's true, but...
Oversight. Send me the teller. I want to find out how they got in, and then I want to wipe their memories.
Are they...
She's a clone.
It's
Oh,
the only way to control my own security. I have a clone in every facility.
that's
Get on
clever.
it right away. And yet she doesn't even protest. Pay a limitation, really. I should sue.
You're killing her. You just said
Fired. I put all of the used clones into the incinerator. Can't have too many of moi scattered around.
So you suck at your own
Don't get on with
security.
your own clown.
I know one thing about the architect. What is it that I know about the architect? I know one thing, something that I've known from the very start.
Uh-huh.
What?
I hate him. I thought you might like to call me someday. Sorry, I thought we were getting along famously. Am I like misreading the signals or something?
She's the architect?
He'll be dead.
Yeah, you'll be old. We'll get on famously. You'll be old and full of regret for the things that you can't change.
So she gives the number...
Doors closing.
She gives the number to Clara. In
Doctor, what the
the
hell's
Bells
going
of
on?
St. John.
Many memories in here.
Yeah.
Feast on them. Tuck in. Big scarf. Bow tie. With a
Yeah.
parasite.
Aw.
What do you think of the new look? I was hoping for minimalism. But I think I came out with magician.
Yeah.
Perhaps. You may be able to help me with.
It's a little detour. It's a job. I've got to do it for someone. We need to rob a bank. Architect.
He was the architect.
Architect.
The architect.
Architect.
And he went in later.
The Bank of Catabraxos. Well, so might you do to protect everything you loved.
Oh. There was another. It's
There
not
she
the
is.
last. Alright, good for them.
Mr. Borgia, mucho scary hombre, says to me, what do you think of our Leaning Tower of Pisa? I say, it looks okay to me.
Oh, they all got Chinese. Can we keep the two of them?
Yeah, if you ever need help with another bank heist.
Come back for the finale.
I don't have your face now.
Yeah, I kind of missed that.
Oh, shut up.
Calories consumed on the TARDIS have no lasting effect.
Huh.
Are you kidding?
Of course I'm kidding. It's a time machine, not a miracle worker.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
See ya. Don't rub any banks.
Don't rob any banks, what?
Without me?
Of course not, boss.
Aw.
Robbing a bank. Robbing a whole bank. Beat that for a date.
Aw. That's funny. Alright. That was fun. Oh. Oi. Oh, I've been aching all day. I got such a crick in the back. Oh, man. That was fun. Okay. That was a good episode. A good, fun episode. And I do like the convoluted twists and turns that equal out to why they're in a bank heist. That was funny. You know? It's like, sometimes they don't need to be this complicated, but just like the extra degree of being complex, just to kind of be complex, I do like. You know? It's like... It's like specifically, if they want it to be complicated just to be complicated, and this time it worked. There's sometimes where if you just want to be complicated, this isn't going to work out, but this one worked out. So, I do like that. It was a nice, fun episode, and we didn't have too much of Danny Pink, which, oh, thank God. Not that I, particularly hate Danny, but... there's only so much of that cringy man I can take, So, we got a break from him, at least. But yeah, this was a really good episode. I enjoyed it. Alright, we can go ahead and hop right into the notes here. The first thing I wrote down was memory wipe. That was very interesting, the fact that it just cut immediately to them all holding the memory worm, which we got, a peek at in The Snowmen. And so they're all holding the memory worm, and then they hear the recording that they consented to having their memory wiped. It's like, oh, okay, something's crazy. Something crazy is going on. But I like that once you really learn, it's like, okay, the reason they all consented was because, well, the two of them, which I'm going to pull up a cast list. I'm going to pull up a cast list because I can do that. Okay, Sabra. I thought it was Saber. Sabra. Sabra. Bruh. Alright. Yeah, the two of them were very interesting. It's like the doctor just hired them and, promised to give them, the memory giver and the cure for her condition, which was pretty cool. And then, Clara was obviously coming along for the ride anyway. So, that was pretty cool. So yeah, it's like, once you learn why they did the memory wipe, it's incredibly cool. But just the fact that just the fact that it cuts immediately, and I love, Clara being like, if you answer that phone, something's going to happen. And he's just like, it's just a phone. What could possibly cut worm? Ah! That was brilliant, great comedic timing on that. I wrote down the architect. All right. That was also very clever. When he started to say, when he really started to go off and was like, I hate him. It's like, oh, is this like a Dreamlord scenario where it's like, there's only one man, who I hate or hates me as much as you do. And it was kind of that, when he started really going off on how much he hates the architect, I was like, okay, it has to be him then, right? So, that was pretty cool. But yeah, just this architect that set them up on this bank heist, Because that's the thing, is it does have to be someone very important to be able to get the doctor, So, I did like that. And yeah, we had a bank robbery, which was pretty cool. In the biggest bank in the galaxy, which was pretty cool. A big space. This is like the Iron Bank, basically, of the universe, which was pretty cool. It would have been great if they actually had... it would have been great if they had Mark Gatiss as the director, because he was with the Iron Bank in Game of Thrones. So, yeah, that would have been a lot of fun, but anyway. Let's see. I wrote down the teller. This was a very interesting thing. The teller that can sense criminal intent, and then they just kill you. It's like, well, that's a little much that they just straight up kill you, basically. If there's even a hint of criminal intent. Now, I was thinking, because they were like, okay, so what are you going to do? Is it counterfeit money in your briefcase? And the guy was like, no, that's not it. And it's like, well, it doesn't matter. You're going to die now. Bye. And he just died. And it's like, well, crap. It's like, you don't even know what he was going to do. That's the thing is like, okay, it can sense your guilt. It can sense, your criminal intent. But, what if you have criminal intent for something else? What if it's criminal intent that doesn't involve the bank, Do you still die? Does the teller distinguish that? I don't know. Maybe it did, but then again, it's being held basically to just find any criminal intent, and his mate is being held hostage for this. Maybe it doesn't have the luxury of distinguishing, It's like, if there's criminal intent, then you're done, basically, which that sucks, But the teller was very interesting, and also just the fact that how threatening he is, and the fact that you can't think. Which this season is going off the rails with how much, how many things, because we've already had don't blink and everything like that, but then we have don't breathe. Oh God, what was it? So I'd have to look. Nope. Nice try. I accidentally hit play, but we're all right. We've had don't breathe, and then listen and everything like that. feel like there was more in the other two, but I don't remember them. But yeah, and then in this one, it's don't think, and I was actually trying to just not think, which is a little hard and kind of weird to do in a reaction video like this, but, you know, sometimes I like to try this, you know, like in Deep Breath, I tried to hold my breath as long as Clara did. I did not make it. Granted, she didn't make it either. She ended up passing out. So it's a good thing that I didn't last as long as her. But when you try to not think, you know, just clear your mind, it's like, how? The only thing I could think to do is either concentrate on the color white, but that could still be thinking, you know? You know, if you concentrate on even just a color, you know? Otherwise, it would just have to be staring and just... like that. Which even that, you know, I'm still doing a show, so I can't just stop thinking like that. So, I don't know. Like, I don't know, like, if I'd be able to do that. You know? It's terrifying. And the next thing I wrote down was Sai and Sabra. Interesting characters. I really like them. And honestly, you know, at the end when it's like, oh, they're still alive and, you know, they're gonna go off and do their own thing, it's like, oh man, I kind of hope we get to bring them back at some point, you know? But yeah, that was... the two of them were pretty cool, you know? And the fact that, you know, I like them bringing up that Sai could just delete parts of his memory if he needed to without using a memory worm. So, the two of the... So basically, like, you know, he can see all the information, absorb it, and then if he needs to, he can delete it, you know? Which is pretty cool. And then Sabra, I feel like Sabra might be the one they underutilized a bit. Because, like, okay, they used Sabra to be the one guy, which I guess is what got them into the bank in the first place. And then, I guess the only other time was when she took on the appearance of that guard, you know, to save them. That was about it that they actually used. And the whole thing of, you know, at the end when they hug, and, well, she hugs, the doctor is still, you know, a little off about hugging. And she says, you know, hey, you know, I didn't have your face this time. It's like, this time? You never did it. I was waiting for that, actually. I was waiting for him to touch her. It sounds wrong. I was waiting for him to touch her, and then, like, maybe she cycles through every regeneration, you know? Until, or, like, you know, it's like, you know, going in and out of each regeneration, basically, until it finally settles on Capaldi. That would have been really cool, you know? But it just didn't... I don't know. I feel like they could have done more with Sabra, but I don't know. I wrote down the Vault and the Storm, which was pretty cool. The way they got in, you know, the Vault is vulnerable during a solar storm, which was pretty cool. And then it's like, well, how do you... You know, how did the architect know that a solar storm would be here? Which, the one thing is, I kind of figured, like, there's probably a way to track a solar storm. Is there not? Can we not predict solar storms? Maybe not. But yeah, then the doctor realizing, like, oh, well, the architect is in the future, and that's how he knows. He knows that there was a solar storm at this specific time. You know, so he's a time traveler, which was pretty cool. Which, you know, is one of the earlier hints. It is one of the hints that the architect is actually the doctor. So that was pretty cool. And I wrote down clone. The clone of... what was her name? I have to go back and look. Ba-ba-ba. Da-da-da-da. Miss Delphox? Was that it? Was that her name? Delphox? I thought it was something else. Maybe that was, no, that was the clone's name, but it didn't really say... Alright, I'm gonna have to go back then with subtitles to catch her name. Because, yeah, I don't remember it. change subtitle settings. Okay. Madame Carabraxus. Okay, that was it. So that was interesting that each one of her banks is basically the head of security is a clone of her, which is interesting because it's like, well, wait, your clones suck. Like, you don't know how to do this, you know? Which, like, okay, it's kind of cool. It's like, okay, well, you know, this is the only person she can trust, you know? She didn't have to worry about someone screwing her over. But the fact is, she has gone through so many clones, and she's gone through so many clones and incinerated all the failed ones, and it's like, you clearly suck at security then. Why are you handling security as well? Like, clearly you can't, you know? So that was actually kind of interesting. You know, it's like, oh, it's a clone, but not a good clone. Like, she's not, or at least, you know, well, a good clone, but she is not good at, you know, dealing with security and stuff, which was very interesting. And then I wrote down the phone number. I thought that was pretty cool. The fact that, because this goes all the way back to the Snowmen, you know? You know, there was some woman that gave Clara the number to call the 11th Doctor, and that was Madame Carabraxus, who got the number from the Doctor, who, on her deathbed, basically, called the Doctor, told him about the other teller. Told him about the other teller, and then had him go in, break in, which she knew that he did that, and then free the other teller. That was pretty cool. And then I would just assume that at some point, you know, he made sure that she gave the number to Clara, but then I guess that's sort of a little open, you know? It's sort of a little open if Madame Carabraxus was the one that gave Clara the number, you know? I don't know. But yeah, this was a really good, really fun episode. I really enjoyed it, actually. Just the, you know, the fact that, it is sort of convoluted and complicated, but at the same time, it's all very clever and very interesting. And, you know, it feels like, okay, they wanted to do... I feel like this is one of those where it's like, okay, they got the name Time Heist in their heads. And then it's like, okay, well, what do we do with Time Heist? It's like, okay, a time heist with the Doctor. How complicated can we make this, you know? But they at least did it in a way that it's like, it's not so complicated that it sort of breaks the story. So that's good. And the fact that, you know, it's complicated, but it's also a one-off episode, you know? It's like, all right, this is it. It's a complicated, fun episode that you can really, you know, understand when it's all said and done, you know? So I really like that. I hope we bring back Sai and Sabra in the finale, I guess, whenever the finale is. I mean, I know when the finale is. I believe it's 7 episodes from now, because there's only 12 episodes in this season. So I will be very curious to see if Sai and Sabra ever come back. I feel like they should, you know? And I like that they, you know, they had a nice, you know, Chinese meal. You know, they had some Chinese, and then, and, you know, the Doctor's telling stories about, like, the Leaning Tower of Pisa and everything. So I thought that was really cool. And then just, you know, the fact that they went to this super Iron Bank of the universe, I thought that was really cool. You know? Like... You know, it's the simplest concepts that can go a long way, I feel like, in some of these sci-fi things, where it's like, you know, hey, we're going to rob a bank in space, and in this show, in time. It's like, all right, cool, let's do that. So, yeah, I really enjoyed this episode. I had a great time, and yeah, I'm looking forward to the next one. But that's pretty much it. That's pretty much all I wrote down. Again, love this episode, and... that's pretty much that. So with all that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. If you want to watch more of my Doctor Who reactions, you can click on the playlist, you can subscribe if you haven't done that already, and be sure you hit that notification bell. You can support me on Patreon and follow me on social media, links below in the description. See you guys later.